Dodge this.
Well, this is a different type of video for me. I've never done one of these before, and I'm just going to lay it out there because this video is a direct response to Kent Hovind. And the reason I'm making this video in the first place is because when I called his show on February 20th, 2025, the way that the show ended was dishonest. And I'm going to show that. I'm going to show what was broadcast to everyone and what actually happened on my end. I want to give the example of how dishonest Kent Hovind actually is while reviewing a phone call where I call Kent Hovind and tell him how dishonest he is. And then he asks for examples. The irony is a bit much.
Creepy. It's not true. Will you say, folks, I'm sorry I used that. That's not evidence for evolution. I'll bet you $5 you won't do it because you need that as evidence for your evolution, because you want badly to not have God tell you what to do. That's the real problem. Okay, somebody backstage, brother, go ahead. Let's take him. Seth, thus saith the Lord. I like that. Go ahead, Seth.
Hey, can you hear me?
I got to have headphones on, don't I? But do they work now, Joseph? I got my, okay.
Can you hear me?
There, I hear you. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, how are you?
I'm overworked and underpaid and way behind, dead tired, totally broke, but I never complain. Never complain.
Good. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done as far as your educational curriculum. I was raised on it, and it really showed me how unbelievably disconnected this whole creation thing really is from reality as I got older. So I grew up under you and your teachings, and the older I got, the more that I realized it was totally insane. So I just wanted to say thank you.
You're saying my teachings are totally insane?
Well, they don't conform to reality at all. So
No, come on, don't slap and run. Give me an example. What am I saying that's not true?
Well, I'm not slapping and running. I'm just saying that you.
Well, you just made an accusation that's pretty serious.
Well, you lie for a living.
No, what did I say that was not true? What did I teach in my seminar that you saw the light and now you don't believe it anymore? Give me an example. Give me a specific.
Okay, we can go with dinosaurs living with human beings at the same time.
Okay.
We can go with the flood in general.
Just take one topic. Dinosaurs living with human beings.
Yes.
Have you seen my video number 3 with all the evidence from ancient artwork, ancient drawings, ancient articles?
Yes, my parents had every video you ever put out, and we grew up watching them, for sure.
And why do you choose to not see? The evidence is right there. Do you agree?
Well, it's not evidence. No, it's not.
It's not evidence?
It's baseless assertions based on your predetermined conclusion to your beliefs. You start at the end and you work backwards.
No, that's what you're doing. You want badly for evolution to be true, probably for moral reasons, I would guess, but I don't know you at all. But
no,
listen,
well, that's true.
I showed lots of evidence of ancient artwork, ancient stones, the Ica stones. When they just discovered them, they've now found 50,000 of them. Many of them show dinosaurs and humans together. In Glen Rose, Texas, dinosaur and human footprints.
No, that's simply not. It's simply not possible. But I'm not going to take up a bunch. I'm not going to take up a bunch of your time. I do appreciate you taking my call, and you can check me out at Ambushed Apostate because that's where I make videos talking about you.
Okay. There is overwhelming evidence dinosaurs have always lived with man.
So that was my interaction with Kent, and those were my allegations. Those were my statements and my charges, I guess, leveled against him, is that he's a dishonest person. So let's just break this video down a little bit and give Kent a couple examples in case Kent is watching so that he won't be confused next time I call in. Hey, how are you?
I'm overworked and underpaid and way behind, dead tired, totally broke, but I never complain. Never complain.
Good. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done as far as your educational curriculum. I was raised on it. And true statement. I was raised on, the Abeka homeschool curriculum, Kent Hovind's creation material, Ken Ham's creation material, Bill Gothard's creation material. We were steeped in this from birth. Just to clarify, I believed everything that Kent Hovind believes as genuinely as I think anyone can. I thought I was right. I now understand that I'm not, or was not. But if someone says to me, did you really believe this? Absolutely, 100%. Kent's teachings and the people around him, the people like him, their teachings set into my foundation, hardened with who I was as a person as I grew up. So this is true. And Kent's influence, his material, and his overall message had a profound impact on my education growing up. And, it really showed me how unbelievably disconnected this whole creation thing really is from reality as I got older. So I grew up under you and your teachings, and the older I got, the more that I realized it was totally insane. So I just wanted to say thank you.
You're saying my teachings are totally insane?
I wanted Kent to know that someone bought into his system and then saw through it. Not the other way around. Oh, you were indoctrinated by this evolution, and then we saved you. No, it went the opposite way. I'll be honest, Kent. This moment was why I called. So again, thank you for taking my call. Let's continue.
Well, they don't conform to reality at all. So,
come on, don't slap and run. Give me an example. What am I saying that's not true?
Well, I'm not slapping and running. I'm just saying that you.
Well, you just made an accusation that's pretty serious.
Well,
good point. I did make a pretty serious allegation, and again, Kent, this is why I'm making this video. If somebody got on the internet and said Seth's a liar, I'd want them to say, and here's how I can demonstrate that. So, you want an example? Let's give you one. Do we start with your lies to the government, with your taxes, that got you 9 years in prison, and your first wife, what, a year?
I have not filed any income tax in 28 years. If there's a law requiring me to file some, I would like to see it. I have the entire Internal Revenue Code right here, thoroughly marked up, indexed. You're welcome to check out anything. I know the subject pretty well. I've been a long-time student of this topic, as my son would be glad to tell you. This is something I read a lot on, because I want very badly to be right with God. The Bible says, render to Caesar that which is Caesar's. I agree. It does not say render to Fred that which is Caesar's.
But anyway, brother, I appreciate the opportunity to share at least a little bit. The three basic charges that I had that put me in prison. One, not withholding taxes from employees. There were 12 counts of that. Well, first of all, we didn't have any employees. Everybody came and worked as an independent contractor. They were a missionary. The second charge was 45 counts of structuring, taking $9,000 and $9,500 out of the bank, which is crazy. The final charge, count 58, was threatening an IRS agent while he's in the course of his duty, while he's doing his duty.
I did not break any laws. They broke 100 laws to put me in prison. I had to call 3 juries to finally find me guilty. I think everybody should call Trump and say, would you investigate Kent Hovind's case?
Were you dishonest with the federal government, Kent? Or were you dishonest when a convicted PDF file, Chris Jones, came to Dinosaur Adventureland? You knew about it and then let him stay with a minor with no one else there, and then lied about that.
Don't get mad at me for saying I like Chris Jones. Chris, you're a great friend. Keep up the good work. And God has great plans for you, brother. And Hovind's an evil person because he let Chris Jones come on his property. Chris Jones is a child pornographer, convicted of child pornography or child pedophilia. Absolutely not true. Now, Chris has been a long-time friend of mine. I said, Chris, you're welcome at Dinosaur Adventureland. Okay? If you don't like it, well, don't come, okay? But he's not a pedophile. There's nothing dangerous about Chris Jones. It's okay for him to come here, folks. It's fine.
Or maybe we should talk about your dishonesty with your current donors when people in your chat have been asking, address the issue with Sandra, your fourth wife. Where is Sandra?
It's hilarious. They watch a lot of the atheists are watching and reposting my stuff just to try to find something I say that makes them, oh, what about this? You know, like I had coffee with Sandra yesterday. That's a big morons. Okay. Anyway, so be sure to like our channel, subscribe it, comment, all that kind of stuff.
The Bible lays out very clear, specific instructions for leadership of churches. Genesis Baptist Church, your church. You're the pastor, right? Are you aware of what Timothy says? Man of one wife? Guess that doesn't matter because you make the rules up as you go. But maybe we should be honest with your current donors about where your fourth wife is. What was going on when she left and the allegations of mismanagement of ministry funds, which are donors' funds. These people's tithe money. Kent, you honest with them about your marital status? Is it in line with what the Word of God says? I don't know. What else should we talk about? Let's watch some more of the video.
No, what did I say that was not true? What did I teach in my seminar that you now you saw the light and now you don't believe it anymore? Give me an example. Give me a specific.
Just for clarification, I did not call him to debate anything. I did not call him to debate creation versus evolution. It literally said open mic night. He does various events where it's a specific topic, or he whacks an atheist, where he'll pick somebody and do a video on, and basically just, attack their character and attack them as a human being, disparage them. But, this is Kent's bread and butter. But this particular live stream was an open mic. I didn't come here to debate. So then Kent says, what did you hear in one of my seminars? And I'm thinking, okay, he's asking for an example of what he was teaching. This is a specific thing that I learned from his curriculum as a kid, that when I got older made me look like a moron when I started interacting with, other people who actually went to school and got educated with a scientific basis versus a biblical basis. So it's very important that I lay this out. This is not my first go-to example of one of Kent's lies. This is an example of something he taught me through his teachings that my parents bought and shared with me. This is an example of what I saw through.
We can go with dinosaurs living with human beings at the same time.
Okay.
We can go with the flood in general.
Just take one
Okay.
topic. Dinosaurs living with human beings.
Yes.
Have you seen my video number 3 with all the evidence from ancient artwork, ancient drawings,
Yes.
ancient articles?
My parents had every video you ever put out, and we grew up watching them, for sure.
Clarification. I don't know that my parents had every video he put out. That may have been exaggeration, and I don't like to exaggerate. I don't. I like to be as consistent and as honest with the facts as I possibly can. So, to clarify, Kent, we had some of your videos, and I recall specifically watching them in my children's church as a kid, to some extent. And I know we had them in our home as well. My dad was a pastor, Southern Baptist pastor. Anyway, we're going to continue. I wanted to clarify that because I felt like that was, again, I like being honest. When you leave these destructive environments where you have to pretend to be somebody else, where you have to pretend to believe things you don't really believe, the fake and the fraudulent, just this facade that you have to wear when it's gone, I just really enjoy being open and honest. And I wanted to, again, clarify. I don't know. Try it sometime, Kent. It may make you feel better. Hey, I kind of exaggerated there, and I apologize. We didn't actually, I don't think we had all of your videos, but we had some. Just to be clear.
Why do you choose to not see? The evidence is right there. Do you agree?
Well, it's not evidence. No, it's not.
It's not evidence?
It's baseless assertions.
These Ica stones he's referring to, this ancient pottery with these pictures drawn on it, it is a known hoax, a known fraud in the archaeological community. Everyone who is anyone in that field of science understands that it's bunk. But you've now based your beliefs on it and are now pushing it on little kids. That's my beef with you, Kent. That's my problem. That's why I continue to point out he is dishonest, and here's why. He's misleading kids, and here's why.
Based on your predetermined conclusion to
Seth,
your beliefs. You start at the end and you work backwards.
Let me be very clear, Kent. You're starting with the conclusion. The Bible. Everything now has to fit into that worldview, regardless of the evidence and regardless if it matches reality. When I said nothing you say conforms to reality, an example being dinosaurs and humans living together like the Flintstones. Literally. When you literally tell people, oh no, people used to be 900 years old all the time. All the time. You're being dishonest because we know for a fact that human beings cannot live anywhere close to that long with what we know about biology. Just our bodies can't last that long. Not in this environment. And then you say things like, well, before the flood, the environment was totally different. There was this canopy of water and on and on and on. And it's all based on the conclusion that you've already drawn, which is, for the Bible tells me so. Everything else is drawn around it. So, with that in mind, you do exactly what I accused you of, and I start at what the evidence shows, and regardless of how I feel about a matter, I follow the evidence. That's the difference, number one. Number two, what you're about to say drives me nuts.
No, that's what you're doing. You want bad.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. No, nuh-uh, not me, you. I am telling you that you start at the end and work your way backwards. Instead of defending your position or giving any kind of data that supports what you actually believe, you go, nuh-uh, you. So do you see why everyone on the internet is laughing at you, Kent? Do you see why you're referred to as a lol cow? Someone who is milked for laughs? You're doing it to yourself.
For evolution to be true. Probably for moral reasons, I would guess, but I don't know you at all. But
No,
listen,
that's true.
I showed lots of
That right there, Kent, by the way, if you really want to win souls, is not the way to go about it to people who don't share the same beliefs as you. Implying that I don't want creationism to be true because of some sort of moral failure on my part, implying that I'm somehow some sort of horrible person because I don't accept a ridiculous, baseless, borderline insane concept of breathing into dirt and creating people, golem spells. I mean, weird, bizarre fairy tale stuff. There's a moral failure on my part. And this is coming from someone, well, there'd be a lot of allegedlys if we go down this road. And again, I like to stick to facts. I'm just going to simply point out that every time you yell about, that's an ad hominem attack, this person calls in here and all they want to know is about Chris Jones and why my good friend Chris Jones stays down here at Dinosaur Adventureland, being a convicted PDF file. And he's a great man of the Lord. He's a good friend of mine. He was set up by the government. That is not an ad hominem attack. That's a fact. A fact, by the way, that you've lied about for years now. But telling someone that they're a moral failure because they don't believe the same way you do is most definitely an attack on that person's character instead of their argument. So, I hope we've cleared that up, Kent. Let's continue.
I showed lots of evidence of ancient artwork, ancient stones, the Ica stones. When they just discovered them, they've now found 50,000 of them. Many of them show dinosaurs and humans together. In Glen Rose, Texas, dinosaur and human footprints.
No, that's simply not. It's simply not possible. But I'm not going to take up a bunch. I'm not going to take up a bunch of your time. I do appreciate you taking my call, and you can check me out at Ambushed Apostate because that's where I make videos talking about you.
Okay. There is overwhelming evidence.
The end, right? Now, let's rewind the very end of this call because this section is why I decided to make this video. I did want to clear up what I said about Kent, but this is what stuck in my craw. Let's listen one more time, real carefully, and watch the screen on the right-hand side in Restream. This is what I see. Watch when the host muted your mic notification pops up, and listen to what Kent's saying at the same time. It's kind of hard, but pay attention.
I'm not going to take up a bunch of your time. I do appreciate you taking my call, and you can check me out at Ambushed Apostate, because that's where I make videos talking about you.
Okay. Not going to take up a bunch of your time. Thank you for taking my call. Check me out at Ambushed Apostate, and I go on to say where I make videos about you. But that part got muted. Kent, over top of me being cut off, says, "Oh, there you go, slap and run."
Because that's where I make videos talking about...
I understand, slap and run. So at the same time, the host, Joseph, presumably, mutes me. So that this is the final outcome to all of Kent's viewers and to everyone else on the internet if I would not have released my OBS footage. Let's look at Big Bad Mama's rip of this call. This is a mirrored video from Big Bad Mama. Shouts out to Big Bad Mama. Love the content.
In Glen Rose, Texas, dinosaur human footprints.
That's simply not. It's simply not possible. But I'm not going to take up a bunch. I'm not going to take up a bunch of your time. I do appreciate you taking my call, and you can check me out at Ambushed Apostate.
I understand. Slap and run. Okay. There is overwhelming evidence dinosaurs have always lived with man. They called them different names. The word dinosaur wasn't made up till 1841.
So at this point, Kent, do you see why I say that you lie for a living? You just said, "Oh, I understand, slap and run." I didn't go anywhere. Shameful, Kent. It really is. Shameful to imply that I ran away.
I cover lots on that on video number 3 about dinosaurs that might have always lived with man and might still be alive. So, Seth, I'm sorry you left common sense and went to believing the stupid evolution religion. You really, really bailed out on common sense. Okay? And I'll debate you anytime.
Joseph could have sent him a message right now saying, "Hey, he's still in the lobby. He's still backstage in Restream." Can we let him respond to that? Continue to watch, and they're going to kick me out, and I'm going to rejoin.
Okay? And I'll debate you anytime, one topic at a time, equal time for both sides.
Kent, I can't possibly think of anything I would want to debate you on. There is nothing that you possess that is worth me investing time for a debate. So thank you for the offer, but I will be passing on debating with you about anything because you tell stories.
Call Joseph, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4. I'll take you on anytime, Seth. Bring it on. Or all your professors that turned you against my teaching. And you didn't give us one specific dinosaurs. Give another one if you got, okay?
I didn't give you one specific dinosaurs. Give me another one if you got it. And you want me to believe you taught high school for 15 years? I gave you an example.
And Seth implied I'm doing this for the money. Joseph, you've been here 3 years. Am I doing this for the money?
Hey, cult member. Are we in a cult? We're not, right? Okay, thanks. Come on, dude. You're asking Joseph to tell everyone, "No, he's legit. He's really not in it for the money." And now, is this the same Joseph that sounded like he had had a little too much of maybe the communion wine and got on another YouTube channel and spilled the beans about Sandra taking money and leaving you? This Joseph?
Sandra left Doc and she took $16,000 and she took the store and she did all kinds of things that were not of a Christian woman.
All of them said, "Brother Hovind, do not let this one get away." So, we got married last week. Sandra, you want to come up and become world famous? Cindy, should have been yours. You blew it. Cindy, should have been yours. You blew it. Okay, Sandra, come on up. All the skeptics are going to get mad. Hovind got married again. Yep, sure did. Wonderful. So, how you like Dinosaur Adventureland, Miss Sandra?
I do.
You do? Okay, have a seat here. All right.
And I never said you're doing it for the money. I think you do it to control people. I think you like having influence over people's lives. I don't think you really care too much about the money part. Let's just say I've known some people that were very similar to you in a lot of ways, and I personally think you like controlling people just for the sake of being in charge. That's what I think, Kent.
Seth, I have a $9 pair of shoes from Walmart, okay? I'm not in this for the money. I got my shirt that the lady paid 25 cents for, 25 cents a piece for all my Hawaiian shirts, my whole wardrobe. No, if I was in it for the money, I'd fire everybody, send everybody home, close down DAL, and be a millionaire probably in a couple of years.
Wait, you'd fire everybody? I thought you don't have employees, Kent.
Well, first of all, we didn't have any employees. They were a missionary.
Oops.
Well, everybody was looking forward to a showdown, and they didn't get one.
I'll take them all on. Come on. Walk, walk, walk. Showdown. Real tough keyboard warriors, some of them are, aren't they? Hide behind their keyboard.
Kent.
Come on, call in. Open mic, what do you want?
Do you see the dishonesty in Kent Hovind as a human being? Joseph, if nothing else, super dishonest. Why are you not in his ear going, hey, Seth's still here? It's information control. You understand why people make videos about your less than trustworthy behavior, Kent? Come on, call in. Who wants some? I'm here. And you've muted me. Seth's still here. You want to talk to him? That's all you had to say, Joseph. But, you know, and I'm not blaming you. You are under severe cult level mind control. And I know because I've been there. I'm not mad at you. But all you had to do was tell him, hey, Kent, Seth's still here. Give him a chance to respond.
Why can't you guys just be honest? My name is Kent Hovind. I live at 488 Pearl Lane. I'm not afraid of...
So he removed me from the stream finally, and I just joined back. I'm just back. Just clicked rejoin, and I'm just sitting there again.
Do you think the tribulation could have actually not started in 2021? I happen to think it did start. I don't know. I think we're in it.
I said
Ask the folks that are being
about
killed for their faith in countries all over the world,
kids,
because they don't need these anymore. Okay.
I guess
All
you
right,
don't.
Joseph, is that
Coward.
all the ones brave enough to call in?
I'm here. You don't want to talk. Open mic night. You don't want to talk. I'm in the back. Been kicked out, rejoined.
I'm still in the back.
I said I'm still in the back, and nothing on the screen says you've been muted.
This is Thursday. Tomorrow, same thing. Call in again. Seth, give another one of your examples of why you turned against God's word. Give me another one. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Well, I think that's a story for another day. But I will say, on that note, it had a lot to do with the mass genocide, the incest, the child sacrifice, the inbreeding, the blatant racism, sexism, the forcible kidnapping and SAing of women you just were attracted to. If you slaughter their family in war, you get to take them home, and now they're yours, your property. Those are more along the reasons of why I quit believing what you believe. And with that, we conclude my reaction to my interaction with Dr. Dino, Kent Hovind. Kent, if you're watching this, listen, no hard feelings. I really don't like the fact that you lie to kids. I don't like that you mislead people on purpose. I really don't like that you let people like Chris Jones stay at your cult compound. But I don't wish death on you. I don't hate you. I don't wish harm on you. I just wish you would stop being dishonest. To my Ambushed Apostate family, thank you so much for watching this video, for all the support in the comments, the Discords, just the subscriber count slowly growing in these conversations, starting with some of these newer people to the channel. That's what I'm here for. to talk about these types of destructive groups and to keep you and your family, your friends, your loved ones from getting tangled up with people like Kent Hovind. So, if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, my name's Seth. This is the Ambushed Apostate YouTube channel. Whatever you do, don't get ambushed.
Dodge this.